Joe! Hello everybody. Sorry I'm a few minutes late with starting the live stream, but yeah, I had a bit of lunch very quick before I started, and it took a little bit longer to get going than kind of expected, so sorry about that. Just loading in the scenario now. Right, so yeah, hello everybody. Kind of got caught with my trousers down a little bit, so if everybody can hear me and see everything, just give me a comment in the comment section, or the live chat rather. Steelworks Shunting. Here we are, chaps. We are at a very miserable looking place in the northeast of England, Lackenby Steelworks. So let's get going. What time do you call this? I call this 10 minutes late for the reasons I just explained. So yeah, sorry and all that. Alley up. Into the Class 08 we go. So sit in the driver's seat. Hold the master key switch until the engine starts. Master key switch is on. So, this is the newly released, was it Teesside Valley Route, whatever it is. We get Class 08, which is extremely similar to what we've already got. You get a Class 101, which is extremely similar to what we got. And you get a Class 37, which isn't new, so, you know, yay. Yeah. 26 people are watching the live stream. Set the loco brake to full service. Train brake to running. I'm really hoping that there's less bugs in this now, because the last time I played Train Sim World, there was just so many bugs. It keeps changing your keyboard commands randomly. So, here we go, we're off. There are empty steel wagons waiting at grid siding 4. Collect these and deliver them to the beam mill sidings to be loaded up later. So we go pick up some empties. So, I've got no idea where we're going. I'm assuming that the road has been set, so... Oh, we got quite a way to go all the way down here. So, let's get going. Throttle 2. All the way to Lackenby East. Chris McBride is asking about the webcam. Well, I normally don't put the webcamera on for Train Sim World. And also I can't be bothered, and it's raining outside, and I got the window open and all that stuff, and I'd have light, you know, and you can't really have light. You have to have a pitch black room with the green screen for it to work. So yeah, I just couldn't be bothered to set up the webcam today. Plus, you know, sometimes it's nice just to have a play, you know, without having my face on everything. So this is the Class 08 diesel. We're going to run back into this place where we're going to pick up some empty steel wagons. Gronky Donkin. I prefer this whistle now. It is an actual whistle. What T-Bone is asking, what was the horn? Ron's Random Corner is saying they're re-uploading same locos with different liveries. Well, unfortunately, that is their business plan, and it does actually make a lot of sense that they don't have to put as much work in. They can just put a new livery on and go, ha, here you go, a new loco. I know. Ron's Random Corner has also said keep die the same. That's already been, it's kind of already been established. Die will not be changing. Die will remain a 7F. Chris McBride, it's not raining where I live. Well, that's good for you, sir. Where do you live? Because I live in Kingston upon Hull at the moment. It's stopped, but it's been pissing down all morning. Alfie Hulme is saying, can you shout out my name? Well, Alfie, there you go. I don't know why people kind of ask for shout outs. What's the point? Just, you know, leave a proper comment and I'll speak to you. You know, that's normally better. So, we got 200 yards left to run to the head shunt, I guess, of this set of sidings. Dooby dooby doo, be doo, be doo, be doo. And you can actually, what I love about Train Sim World is you can actually stand up while the train is still moving. So you can stand up and walk around inside the cab, and I think that is a really nice touch. I like that. And we'll put the loco brake on a bit. Start coming to a stop. Oh, don't tell me I've stopped too early. See, now I've stopped 8 yards too early, but I bet this is one of the things that kind of bugs me about this game is I bet I won't be able to switch the points. I will be able to switch the points, but look, even if I go ahead now, I haven't hit this marker, so the scenario will not continue, even though I am technically clear of the siding. But hey ho, it is what it is. Let's roll back into this little waypoint thing, just to fulfill the gods of Train Sim World. There we go. Right, Lackenby grid sidings includes manual junctions. Ensure these are set correctly before proceeding in and out of the siding. So we'll stick the service brake on, we'll put the handbrake on, because we're going to do this properly. There we go. So we'll put the reverser to off, master key off. Okay, that actually turned the engine off. I didn't really mean to do that, but okay. We know our loco isn't going anywhere, so whatever. Let's go play with some points. So it was siding number 4, I think, that we had to go and pick up wagons from, so they're telling us to swap. We'll throw this set of points. So I'm actually doing a proper bit of shunting now. Is that it? And I'm assuming that's my set of wagons. Okay, number 4. Back to the loco. Right, clan line is saying use the 30XX as one as die friends. Well, don't worry about that. I've got plans. I've already got Series 1 of Over the Hills sorted, to be honest. Reverser off, master key, start the engine again because for some stupid reason I stopped it. And the engine's running. And on, forward gear, brakes off. I expect we'll have to wait for this reservoir thing to charge again. Dooby 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 doo, dooby doo, dooby doo. Handbrake is off. Let's see, is my reservoir charged? I think it's, which one? This brake pipe. That's, it looks okay. I was going to say it shouldn't have emptied out that quickly. Let's go. Off we go. Pen Dennis is in the chat. Train Sim World would be 100% better with World Editor, Scenario Editor, quick drive that allows you to drive any train, depending on whether they're electric or not, and steam locos. Yes, that is right. Basically, it should just be what Train Sim is now. If it wanted to be a replacement for Train Sim, it should have fulfilled those minimum requirements. I have complained a lot in the last few streams about this. So I don't really want to focus just on that because, you know, there are a lot of positives about Train Sim World. It is a cracking... The visuals are absolutely amazing. Somebody has just subscribed, I believe. We'll have to wait a few seconds for it to catch up. I mean, you know, the gameplay itself. I mean, I love the ability that we've got to play a character as opposed to just having, you know, a train. I love that about this game. I really do. And I really hope that they develop it further, especially with things like multiplayer. Like, why couldn't you have a co-op session, 2 people playing? Authentic Aspects has just subscribed. Hello, Authentic Aspects, thanks for subscribing. You can have a co-op mission, so we'd have 2 player characters in the cab right now. Now couple up to the wagons, pull up so the loco touches the wagons, and then climb down and couple up. Okay, so we can carry on a little bit further, I guess. It's a shame that you can't really, like, lean out of the cab window. Although I suppose you could press 3 and then manipulate the camera position. Something like that. Right. Chris McBride is asking when is Over the Hills episode 7 coming out. Well, not for a while, sir. I don't know how many times I've answered that question already, but hey. What else is there? Rail Race. Oh, BR Black Terrier Productions has just subscribed. Hello, BR Black Terrier Productions. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy the video. I'm just going really slowly now, chaps, because I don't want to just twat the wagons like I normally do. So we're going to stand on the side of the track. We're going to pretend to be the shunter. But you could have, you could have your second man. You could have your driver sat in the cab, just at the controls. So you could have your second man walking around on the track, switching points, calling you forward, giving you hand signals. I mean, that would be amazing. Have a player character. I don't know how many of you played PUBG, but if you like hold the F4 button, you get like character emotes. So it's like they can do all sorts of random things, like put their arms in the air or play an air guitar. It's little silly things like that. But you could have a similar concept here, where characters, they give you like set forward, stop, all these different signals that are shunting signals. Really, give you the full railway experience. Oh, did you see that, guys? Something that I absolutely love about this is that the buffers are actually sprung. So let's just buffer up again. I love that. Although that looks a bit strange right now because it's shaking. But the buffers are fully squeezed up. I absolutely love that. So drive, dump the brakes completely because I'm going in between. And I'm going to connect all the air brakes and everything. So now, stop at location Lackenby Mill siding. So we got to go all the way up there. I'm assuming, how the hell are we supposed to get there? Right, okay, free camera, how the hell do we get there? So that's where we currently are. I'm assuming we've got to go back the way we came. Yeah, okay. And we got to stop it all there. Okay, so let's follow the... Because I don't really know the route. We could... Yeah, we got to go back the way we came. Full astern, Chief. And let's go. So this is the first time in Train Sim World that we've actually seen anything other than Mark 1 coaches. Or Mark 2s, I guess, or Mark 3s. So it is great. We got another subscriber. In a few seconds we'll have the name. It's great that they finally included some wagons. Definitely something that we've been wanting for quite a while. Chris McBride is asking again about Over the Hills episode 7. Dude, come on. It's not going to be anytime soon. Ron's Random Corner has just subscribed to Angry Welshman Productions. Hello, Ron's Random Corner. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy the video. Yeah. So we're heading back now the way we came. Onto the head shunt. We'll switch to points and we'll, I guess, find our way to that siding. It'd be nice if you had a little diagram here that you could pull out. If you had, your character could have an inventory, carry like a map, and you can just sit here and be like, okay, this is where I go. Air brakes, not couplers. There's a coupler. Oh no, it's not a coupler. It's Instanta coupling, actually. 3-link Instanta coupling. No, I am talking through my arse, aren't I? It is not an Instanta coupling. These are screw couplings. Yes, they're screw-fitted couplings. What is it? Toby Turner says, if Train Sim World gets around to making a steam route, where would I want it? Well, they could start with the West Somerset. I mean, all they got to do is, once they get steam locos into the core game, then bang, I think 7F, West Somerset Railway. That's going to be the place to start. Because we've already got the route, we've already got the coaches. What we need is a loco to run on it. Probably should have used the actual train brakes rather than the the loco brake there. Would have been a bit more effective, I think. Right, so shunter, because we don't have a shunter, we're going to run and... Reese, what is the funniest video that I've ever made? Chris, I don't really judge my videos on how funny they are. I judge them on how much fun that I actually had to make them. So I gotta say, like, a lot of the races were really fun back in the day when I was actually talking to certain people. Is that the right point? I'm assuming it is, because we made it all the way here, so I think it was only that one set point. Rail Racer 222 says, how many times am I going to get this wrong? And why? I don't know why you're typing so strangely. Leslie will not let you succeed on the Count Stania video. Which one was the Count Stania video? Forward gear. We'll take all the brakes off. I should have actually put the handbrake on because I left the cab. Let's do this. Railworks races were fun. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever do Railworks races again, unless it's like with Sam and, you know, all the new lads. They won't be the same as they were. Bill and Ted, Bronze Random Corner liked Bill and Ted. I enjoyed Bill and Ted, but it was only a stopgap. It was Theresa May's stopgap for Brexit. Lol. Right, what are we doing? Rail Racer 222 says the one where the Duchess of Hamilton was opening her face. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that was the video where we were adding faces to things, and I'm still going to do that. I'm going to go back and I did a poll on the Facebook group where everybody voted on their logo that they wanted to have a face put on, and I did say that I was going to put like the top 10 voted ones that I would actually do it. I haven't got round to actually doing it yet, but I will. Upton Gamer says, what's your favourite series that you've made? Well, I think my favourite one is Over the Hills, because it's my pride and joy. It's the biggest thing I've ever done on YouTube, and it's certainly the most proud I've been of anything that I've made. Sorry guys, I'm eating an apple at the same time. Oliver, the Great Western Engine, is asking, will I make a stream on the heavy freight pack? Well, when it's released, yes I will. Because I don't think it's actually out yet. Ron's Random Corner, I don't really answer what's your favourite questions because I just get so many of them. If you want to ask me questions, feel free to join the Discord. The link is in the description below to the video. Head on to the Discord server. There is a chat room called Ask the Welshman, and follow the rules at the top of the chat, but there is a whole thing you can ask me questions and I'll answer them. Just follow the rules, because there are certain questions which I won't be answering. Right, I think we'll have to stop soon to run ahead and make sure the road is set correctly. In fact, I think we'll just drop the brakes now. Completely dump the brakes out. And we'll stick the old handbrake on. And we'll reverse it off and master key engine only. And we'll very quickly go and run up the line, make sure our road is set. I guess I can't run over that pile of ballast. Alright, that point is set correct. The 700 shunter says, what happened to the barbecue brake van towed? Well, that was Guion's project, but Guion doesn't really talk to me much anymore. And that looks like it's the last road. There we go. Chris McBride was in Wales back in August 2017. Well, huzzah and hurrah, you have visited God's country. "42 people watching, wow. It's quite good going for a Train Sim World stream. So, we got to get set all the way on now. Now I'm going to keep my camera view up ahead on this forward wagon, but in all honesty, at this point we would have a shunter walking alongside the track. It's one of the things I would love about co-op, is if you had player 2 as a co-op player walking alongside this wagon, communicating with the driver, either by Discord or by text chat or hand signals or radio or something. You know, that would be amazing. That's the future, I think, of Train Sim World. Sadly, I don't think Dovetail Games will agree with me, but oh well. Railroad Racer has just completely ignored the comment I made about joining the Ask the Welshman thing on Discord. Okay. What routes would I like to see in Train Sim World? Well, I would like to see the Great Western Main Line extended. You know, they always seem to do the same type of routes. And I don't know why. Like London to Oxford, or London to Didcot. Why Didcot? Why not go all the way to Bristol, you know? Mark, yes, you were completely right. People in Discord and on YouTube, Facebook, it doesn't matter how many times you say it. It makes no difference. People don't want to listen. Right, we're almost at the point where we can stop. Ease off drive. So we'll just slow her down a little touch with the loco brake, just to take some of the speed off. And we're almost at the waypoint. So we'll stick the air brakes on. And of course, because I'm not in that little stupid waypoint thing, it's not gonna continue the scenario, even though it's completely in the right place. Come on, Gronky Donk, let's go. Bit further. Oh, objective complete now, is it? Empty, uncouple vehicles. Okay, I can do that. Let's stick the old loco brakes on. And we're only going down to do the uncoupling, so with the loco brake on, we will berth, unhook. Loaded steel wagons are waiting in the adjacent siding, and shunt this onto the grid, siding number 3, ready to be added to a service later in the day. So I'm assuming these are me old loaded wagons, those just steel slabs. All the handbrakes are released, so that's not very good, is it? Should at least have one handbrake on. We'll keep one handbrake on just while we're shunting. Come on, Gronky Donk, let's go. And we'll put you in reverse. We will stick the loco brake off. I'm a little bit confused about how they load these steel wagons, because there's no cranes or anything. I assume they use a forklift or something. Chris McBride is saying, Reese, does Wales have lakes? Yes, it does. Oh my god, someone's asking about my double O gauge. Wow. Basically, Cumberland sausage has been not much work at all, to be honest. The reason is, there are a few issues with the layout, but it's mainly because I haven't been there. For the last year I've been living away from home. I've moved up to Hull for the first year of my job. So I really haven't had any time to look or do anything with my layout. It is plugged in. It does actually work. It's just it needs a bit of TLC, I think. It's a nice layout and it's fully DCC ready, but it's because of the heat, the layout itself has actually warped. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to see if I can repair the baseboards to make it work again, and if not, then it's kind of... I don't know what else I can do for the layout, if I'm honest. I imagine that's why the guy sold it in the first place, was because it was warped. It was nice of him to tell me that, of course. But hey. Baseboards, if I'm honest, I don't know. I think it's just like plywood or something. But it's got all the proper bracing and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, Nathan, pretty much. It was, I believe it was damaged. I believe that it was damaged. I mean, it works. It's just that the track is you can see where it bows. So, yeah. Okay, that wasn't a complete moment of total panic. See now, because I've gone past the marker, I've actually coupled up to the stock, and now it's telling me that I've not done the scenario properly. Why have we got to stop there? Oh. Hang on, something's going on here. Handbrake's off. Brake pipe is up. We're in reverse. Air brakes are off. Retard, come on. Ja. Cumberland Sausage is saying I can salvage everything and make new baseboards. Unfortunately, I don't think it's really possible. If you start, because the layout is a very, 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 very detailed layout. If you start taking everything off, you probably won't have any luck, to be honest. So, you know, I think what I'm going to try and do is sort of get underneath the layout and try and cross brace it or strengthen it to, you know, make some new wood, or, you know, the beams on the bottom, maybe I can take some of them off, the old ones off, and then put new ones on to force the baseboard to straighten out a little bit. And if that doesn't work, then I'm just going to have to renew the track, because unfortunately some of the track is actually buckled in the heat. So yeah, it might be. I was planning to redo the track anyway, because it's all hand built, fine scale, you know, custom made track, and it's really not lasted time very well. So what I'm thinking is taking all the track off and then having Pico fine scale, flexi track probably with fine scale points. I mean the track is nice, and it's going to be a shame if I have to get rid of all the track, but you know, that's just what I'll have to do. Let's stop here because I think it's a marker. I don't know why we've got to stop here. Yeah, see, objective complete. Now we've got to keep going. So why did I have to stop in the first place? Another one of those things about Train Sim World which is just daft. Let's go. Have I tried bashing it with a hammer? Yes, Liam. That would obviously that would be the mistake I've been making all this time. I should have just taken a big hammer to it. I could use the bullhead rail. Yeah, actually, I've been looking at the bullhead rail, Nathan. It depends how much is available, because as long as they've got all the points sort of things that I need in that range, then I'll be able to do it. You know, the thing is, Rail Racer, I want to run DCC, and I've got sound-fitted DCC locos, so they need a good continuity between the loco and track. So I think renewing the track is probably going to be the best option for me. And if I renew the track, what I'll do is I'll put like a thin layer of cork down, and then I'll put the track down, but I'll do it in such a way so that I sort of fill the gaps where the warps are. You know, just like, I'm sure that the people who do railway modelling understand what I mean. You'll get certain gaps where the layout is, or the baseboard is bowed, so I just fill them in to keep the track as level as I can. So a little bit like tamping and jacking and packing. Right, let's open her up. Chris, what is Nessie? I have no idea what you're on about. So, Trueno is asking what locos do I have? I've got quite a lot, actually. While I was deep sea working on the Holland America line, I was, well, pretty much every time I did a trip, once a month I'd buy myself a new loco. So I did a lot of trips at sea. So there's 4 locos per trip, 4 on, 2 off. So I bought myself quite a lot of locos. Most of them are DCC fitted, but I have sold quite a lot of other ones, and I'm still going to sell a lot of others which it's either not worth fitting or can't be fitted with DCC. So I've got a number of locos still to put on eBay and sell, and the money from that is going to go towards getting the layout sorted, I think. The 700 shunter is asking the era of the layout. Well, the layout did feature in a Railway Modeller magazine one time, I think. It's called Helstow, and it's basically a fictitious Great Western station based in Cornwall, but I'm gonna change it to be somewhere on the Pennoeth Valley Railway. So it's probably going to be Pennoeth Valley or actually no, it's going to be Blaen Ebw. Steam Loco is asking, am I keeping Gary? Yes, I've got Gary. He is fitted with DCC and he has been weathered as well. I did put a video of him on the Facebook group a few months ago. Luke Knight says any loco can be fitted with DCC. Yeah, it can, but it's a pain in the ass, where you have to mess around with all, soldering and wiring and all that stuff. I'm not interested in that, if I'm honest. I'd rather just have locos that are plug in and play. So any new loco I buy has to have, like sound and DCC fitted as standard. I'm not really interested in fitting it myself. I just don't have the time, skill or patience. One thing I have done is there's a couple of Hornby locos I have fitted with Hornby TTS sound, and I can honestly tell you that it was a waste of time. Hornby TTS sound is just a total and utter waste of time. It is not worth it at all. Because I had a Hornby King, and a Bachmann City of Truro fitted with Hornby TTS sound. And do you know what? It's crap. So I just turn the sound off. I use it as DCC and that's it. The sound from those Hornby chips, the steam sounds, just sounds crap. Oh yeah, something to mention. It was brought to my attention that somebody on Twitch, I think it is, has set up a YouTube account or an account in my name. So if you see Angry Welshman, MANN, be aware of it. It's not me. Now I think that this is the road that we need to go to. I believe. Is it? I'm seeing so many lines there. I think it's correct. It looks about right. Meh, let's find out. Yeah, Chris McBride, you can stop talking about Over the Hills episode 7 now. You've said that several times. It's been ignored. It's not funny. Cumberland Sausage, yes, I did see the vandalism of the Market Deeping exhibition. I was absolutely mortified when I saw it in the news. But I'm very happy that so many people have clubbed together to raise some money to support the guys who had their work vandalised. But of course, you know, especially like Rod Stewart gave £10,000, I think it was. That is amazing generosity. But to be honest, I don't think any amount of money can replace the work that went into those model railways. You know, there's just no amount of money that can replace it. So I do feel terrible for them. And yeah, they're going to get some money back, you know, in compensation. But is it really worth it, you know? I'm sure every single one of them would rather have their layouts. Right, is the handbrake... Did I put that? Yeah, I did. Right, why aren't we moving? Something wrong here. Why aren't we moving? Oh, it would help if I put the master key back on. No, the master key is on. Okay, there's something going on here. Railroad Racer, I don't really think that you'd be able to give me some handbrakes. No, handbrake is not on. We're in forward. Master key. Right, hang on. Let's just reverse her off. Key. No, I'll just turn the engine off again. Right. Let's start the engine up. Key switch on. Reverser forwards. Brakes off. Right, okay, now we're moving. We're actually getting amps going through. I think there was something up with the amp meter then. Let's go, come on, Diesel. We need a name for this Diesel. I don't think Diesel is an appropriate name. But yeah, talking about my model railway still. What locos are I've got loads of Helgen models, loads of Bachmann, loads of Hornby. What's the other make? Oh, there's a few of them. Mostly, like, what I like is the little 06004. Oh yeah, the Hatton's Andrew Barclay. I got one of them. DCC, unfortunately, couldn't have any sound chips fitted. I did have to have 3 of those locos, unfortunately, because they were... Each time Hatton sent them to me, there was a problem. One of them, there was something up with the wheel set. I don't know whether it was like... It was just broken in some place. It must have been like a manufacturing fault, but normally, you know, Hatton's was very good. Then the second one they sent me was actually not DCC. There was no DCC chip in it. And I had bought a DCC one. Dapple, I did have some Dapple O-gauge stuff, because I was going to dabble in O-gauge. I bought a couple of panniers, actually. There was Rails of Sheffield had a really good offer on at a time. £165 per pannier. So I had 2 of them, because I was thinking maybe I'll change to O-gauge. But that never materialised and I needed the money, so I sold them on eBay. Pretty much for what I paid for them, which is a shame because I was hoping to make a little bit of profit. So, you know, to help pay for something else. I don't buy and sell models to make profit, it's not like a business, but if you can earn a profit on one and it helps you, you know, as long as you don't make a loss. I don't mind breaking even, just as long as you don't make a loss on a model. Oh yeah, Cumberland Sausage, Oxford Rail and DJ Models, that's right, you were correct. I've got the DJ Models Austerity, and which I got number 8. Probably I was going to get another one, but I've not got round to it. And Oxford Rail, I've got an Oxford Rail Dean Goods. I'm in the wrong siding. Awesome. That's what I like to see. We are in the complete wrong siding. Not one of you guys told me I was going the wrong way. I had a feeling I was going the wrong way. Come on. Alright, that's what I like to see. Gross negligence. Osrail or Azrael is saying about getting some sound chips for locos. I would say there's a few different ones that are good. Is it Digitrains or Lock Sound, I think, do a really good Great West. Oh no, it's Southwest Digital. Sorry, I've got a pannier and a 1400 class, a DJ Models auto tank rather, which has got sound fitted by Southwest Digital. Now, they're a small company, they're only a few people, but their sound chips are absolutely bloody marvellous, I have to say. That the pannier tank and the auto tank that I've got, which is sound fitted, they're absolutely brilliant. I am thinking about getting a Class 08 diesel shunter with sound actually for double O gauge, but we'll see, because I want one in BR green. I did actually have one, because I made the mistake of doing a direct swap with a fellow on Facebook, a guy from Cornwall who is a bit of a dick. I did a direct swap, BR blue with wasp stripes and everything, which served as Rupert, the model from Gary the Steam Engine. Did a direct swap with him, and he was going to give me a BR green one, which was supposedly a really good model. When it arrived, it was broken, it was in crap condition, the box was rubbish, and I was like, yeah, clearly this is not a good deal. And I complained to him and he basically just told me to shove it. So I was like, well, I'll never deal with you again. In fact, his name is Reese Attrill. If you ever come across him on Facebook, he's a dick. Anyway, double O gauge rant over. We'll switch that point there. And we'll start flying now because I don't want to just mess around going back and forth all the time. Even though that's what switching or shunting is. So we're going to fly up this little line. I hear an engine in the background. So we're going to zoom up there. No, we're not. We need to go there. So how do I get there? I need to switch this point. And then we're going to come this way. So I need to switch that point. And then we need to switch that point. So we need to get to this track. So if I zoom all the way back, if I switch that point there, we will rock you. Okay, drive, let's do this again. So Rail Racer 222 has named this diesel, he's named it Jeff, okay? I'll go with Jeff. Scuba Doobert. What a YouTube name, Scuba Doobert. Says he wants to DCC fit his locos, but it's too much effort. I will be completely honest with you. It is a lot of effort, it's a lot of money, and unless you're really committed to the hobby, I wouldn't recommend it. It's if you want to do like 1 or 2 locos for DCC sound, that's not too bad. It's a couple of £100. It's just like with Southwest Digital, if you want a pannier, a Bachmann pannier, 6400 pannier with DCC sound and, you know, fitted by Southwest Digital, you're looking at about £225 to £250 for a double O gauge model. And then if you have it weathered, that's even more money again. So you could even spend potentially £300 on a double O gauge pannier, and for that money you are actually looking more O gauge territory. And I'm starting to really question whether I even want to stay in double O gauge, because double O gauge does piss me off. It's just too small. I do have 16mm, which is for outdoor garden railways. It's live steam. Yeah, Nathan, buying locos on Facebook. I used to do it, and then I just like, do you know what? It's not worth it. And the biggest telltale sign is when people say pay via friends and family. I'm just like, nah, mate. If you're selling something on Facebook, you've got no right to ask for friends and family, because it's a transaction. You're not just sharing money or giving money to a friend. It is an actual transaction. You're selling something. So when they say use friends and family, don't bother. If they complain about it, whatever, you know, just say you're selling a product. You've got no right to ask. Plus, it's your decision at the end of the day. Nathan's saying get into 5-inch gauge. I want to, either 5-inch gauge or 7 1/4. I have actually been looking at drawings and castings to start building my own 5-inch gauge pannier. I've got a small lathe, but to be honest, it's not really in good condition, so I might very well look at buying another lathe or something. But yeah, it's difficult. I really want to get into 5-inch gauge. In fact, there was a 5-inch gauge Dolgoch on Steam Workshop's website, and I was very tempted by that, but yes, you know, I can't really afford to spend my savings right now just in case something goes on, you know, and I need the cash. But maybe when I qualify, when I start getting some more money in the pocket, I'll be able to splash out. But the question is, do I want to go into 5-inch gauge locos, or do I want to start building myself a steam traction world traction engine? Because that's been something that I've wanted to do my whole life. So we put the loco brakes on full service just as we're approaching this siding. Start killing off some of the speed. Now, air brakes. Now part of me is starting to think that this is going to be almost the end of the scenario, because we've been running 55 minutes and the scenario is only supposed to be an hour long. Dooby-doo, let's uncouple. Nearby a rake of steel wagons are loaded with coils. Okay, I don't know what all this noise is. Shunt these... Oh, right. Okay, we gotta go there. Get some coils. Let's get some coils! I'll lay up. Jacob Johnston has joined us and said he sees a gronk. Yes, we are gronky donkin. Mark saying your wife might not be pleased with a traction engine. She's already said that I can do it. The question is having the workshop space, which at the moment my workshop is completely filled with crap. But that's because we've only just moved house. So what I need to do is we've got a garage and I'm going to brick up the back door of the garage so you can't drive out. Which I don't need to worry about for a while if I'm building a traction engine, because it's going to take years to build. So I can brick up the back door and then build my traction engine so it's not going to get stolen. And then when it's ready I can knock the wall down and open the door and bring it out. But it's not going to be for a few years yet. So, but I have been thinking about building a traction engine, because I was looking at the prices for a 4-inch Burrell. It's about £450 per month to get monthly kit. So you don't have to subscribe every month. You can like have 1 month get the kit, and then a few months later buy another kit, and then build it bit by bit. I think that's probably the route I'm going to take with regards to a 4-inch Burrell. Unless, of course, I win the competition on the South Kent thing, because they did a competition so that you to win a traction engine, and I did enter the raffle. Who knows? Maybe I'll win that, or probably not, because the first prize was a £20,000. I think it's actually Forester traction engine or road loco. Here we go, switch the points. Brief. And to be honest, I think for me a road loco or like a traction engine would probably be more beneficial than having a 5-inch loco, because I am a member of a model engineering society, but to be honest they're not the easiest of people to deal with. So I don't like the idea of becoming a buying a loco and then not being allowed to run it due to politics. So if I had a traction engine, I could kind of run it wherever I please, really. Hey, Bruce is watching. Hiya, Bruce. To be honest, it probably will be the traction engine. As much as I would love to have a loco as well. Or I'd love to build one, but yeah. I have some engineering skills, but I don't know if I've got enough engineering skills to actually be able to make and machine my own loco. And I mean, obviously, you never build a boiler, you always buy the boiler. Nathan thought about building his own vertical boiler loco to his own design. Maybe one day. Scuba Doobert, his club have a traction engine track if he's ever in York. Well, I'm not far from York. I've been up to York Model Engineers a few times, actually. I've run my 16mm on their line. I didn't see that if they had a traction engine track. Couple up to the wagons. Yeah, Bruce, the kits. Yeah, they're about £450 per month to buy, and is about 28 kits. So in total, it will be about £14,500 to £15,000 to buy or to build, but you spread the cost over 15 kits. Sorry, 28 kits. You know, so it's going to take you a few, especially if you don't buy them month after month. If you buy them, you know, one every 2 months or something, it's going to take twice as long. But it means you can spread the cost out quite a lot, you know, which may or may not be an issue. We'll see. The other thing about Steam Traction World is they actually do all the machining for you. And buffer up. So we'll, yep, loco brakes are on. Let's jump down on the track. They do all the machining for you, so the only thing that you've got to do is assemble the whole machine and paint it. Now, the thing which I'm very reluctant at doing is painting. I really hate painting. So there are painting services available, but they are quite expensive, I believe. But it is an avenue that I could look at doing. Maybe I could, you know, when I build it, I could prime the thing. Right, what's going on here? Have I put the handbrake on? No. Train brakes, loco brakes are all off. And we're off. Nathan, oh yeah, Poly Engineering. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about Poly Engineering is their locos are a little bit like, they kind of, you know, look too freelance for my liking. They look good, and they certainly, you know, they provide you all the parts and everything, and, you know, the website is definitely good. But, yeah, some of them are just a little bit too freelance for my liking, because I'd like a pannier or something Great Western, you know. Kai Studio says, why does the 08 have a whistle? Well, it comes from the days when steam locos reigned supreme. The first 08s, I believe, were introduced in the 50s, and obviously all the drivers were well used to having whistles, so it was probably more just because they had whistles lying around. And to be honest, it doesn't matter whether you got a whistle or a horn, it's just an air pipe, and you just blow air through it, whereas on a steam loco it's just steam. So it'll work as long as you've got pressure of something going through it. Bruce says, I was thinking of going 5-inch gauge, but holy smokes, locos are expensive. Well, Bruce, let me put something into perspective for you. My Vale of Rydal, which is a 16mm O-gauge model, that cost me £2,500. Now, that's a 16mm loco, and it's tiny compared to a 5-inch. And you can get a relatively good 5-inch loco for about £3,000 or £4,000, so it's not that much more, and you're getting 4 or 5 times the mass of loco. So I would say the most expensive locos are 16mm, and you can't even sit on them, you can't ride them, which is a shame. Nathan says they use steam horns in some parts of China on their locos. They also do it in Switzerland. I'm assuming because a horn whistle or a horn sound might be a little bit too harsh for, you know, in the snow, and it might help to cause avalanches. Scuba Dubits, 7.25 petrol electric, costs £2,000. So there you go. That's the same as my Vale of Rydal. Which model engineering society are you a member of, Scuba Dubits? Because I've been up to York Model Engineers. Let's go set some points. The Maxi Track. Oh yeah, Maxi Track are another manufacturer of 5-inch and 7.25. I was actually going to buy their pannier. Can you post your 16mm in the Discord? Well, I don't think Discord is able to accept delivery of 16mm locos, unfortunately. So I might have trouble achieving that, but we'll try. I'll give. I can certainly send you a photo. Scuba Doobit is a member of York Model Engineers. Because I've been there, Scuba Doobit. I've actually been there twice as a guest of a friend of mine, Mr. Matthew Edmondson. I was basically just spent a day playing on the 16mm while he was driving the 7¼ inch. Who knows? Maybe he'll invite me up again. Probably not, because he's a bastard. Well, hey, Scuba Doobit has donated £2.99 with a super chat. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. Thank you for helping support the channel. I honestly have no idea how to get the money from YouTube, which doesn't really help. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm sure it can't be too hard, because I get my YouTube money every 3 months or so. So it's probably just going to be included with that. Yeah, let's go ahead. Power to the people. Power to the coils. Super chat hype. This loco is too powerful for Discord. Kai Studio says it was in areas where they couldn't be too loud. Well, I mean, that could have been part of the reason as well. Like locos have things fitted depending on the manufacturer or the buyer, the owners, things. That's what they want. Like in Switzerland, they use whistles because it sounds traditional, and it's more fitting with the scenery. You look around, you hear the whistle, and you're quite happy. Whereas if it's like a brr, brr, you'd be a bit annoyed. Let's see, how do I feel about what happened with the teenagers at the Model Railway exhibition? Well, yeah, I've already talked about that. I mean, it does raise a lot of questions, actually, about that whole, the Model Railway exhibitions. And one of the things I think it raises is what security procedures are being followed at these expeditions. Like, surely, if you've got all that money's worth of stuff in the venue, there must be some form of security patrolling. If you've got like a hall, there must be a security guard or security cameras. It's got to be something. So how the hell did they miss it? And also, why do the kids do it in the first place? I mean, that's if we could find an answer to that, it would be amazing. Find out why the teenagers do the shit that they do. Right, let's put the brakes on. Right, couple. Oh, we just got to keep going, have we? We got to couple to the formation. I had to stop there for some stupid reason. Bruce is asking, what is the chat overlay called on your screen? It's in the OBS. If you've got OBS, I'd have to look in my settings for you. Let me after the stream, Bruce, send me a PM and I'll have a look at my settings. But it's like it's a widget or an overlay or something. When you look at your widgets, you can add things like the YouTube viewer count and chat overlay. And as you see on the left of the screen, I've got the the notifications bar. There's also the subscriber count on the bottom there. Full brake application. Slightly too early. Go on, drive. Shove her up. Alright, and that should be close enough to... No, it's not. That's annoying. Okay, that needs to be fixed. That is annoying. Uncouple vehicles. Right. Looks to be all for now. Let's return back to the siding. So that looks like we're finished for the shunt. I think what we'll do, chaps, because I'm still kind of bored, what I might do is end the scenario, have like 5-minute break, and then I'll do a Class 101 scenario or something. So I will carry on, but I'm going to do it as a separate live stream. So we'll just you know, if you hang around and then join us in a few minutes. I'm going to finish this scenario, we'll put the loco to bed, and then we'll come back. I suppose we could do a freight run or something. We'll have a look at one of the other scenarios. I am speeding a little bit now, but meh. Yes, so Scuba Doobit is Discord page open to everyone. Yes, the link is in the description below to this video. Feel free, head on over, sign up. You've got to answer or agree to the terms and conditions of Discord and AWP when you join. There's instructions on the post when you arrive. Yeah. So we were talking about security and things for models or exhibitions. Let me give you a good example. I like going to the Peterborough Garden Railway Show. That's one of the many things that I love doing once a year. But I can honestly say I don't think, you know, with all the layouts, all the money's worth of stuff that gets brought in, it's got to be over a couple of £1 million worth of stuff that is in the hall during the night. I don't think that they would leave it with nobody present during the night. They must have people staying overnight to guard what's in there. So I wonder, with this exhibition, why did nobody stay and guard it? Surely with that money's worth of stuff in a hall, you would have thought that somebody would just employ someone, even if you gave a couple of kids, you know, the children of the exhibitors, say give them 20 quid each, say just spend the night walking around the hall, do a night shift, just to guard, and if anyone turns up and starts doing something nasty like what those kids did, they can, you know, call the police and stop them. You know, obviously we don't want them to be heroes, but, or get hurt or anything. I mean, I did it when I was younger. We had, when I was a volunteer at the railway, when we had the beer festival, the breweries would bring all their beer on site and they'd leave it overnight. So I was basically told you can drink as much beer as you want, but stay there all night and make sure nobody comes up. So I used to just spend the night drinking beer. I mean, what better scenario could you have? Excuse me. Azzacraft saying that nothing like this has happened in the past. Yes, it has. Things, maybe not on this scale, but things have definitely happened in the past. And who knows, maybe this event will actually serve as a wake-up call to people to say, you know, you need to take better care of your stuff. I'm not saying that it's right that this has happened. In fact, I hope them kids die in a hole, the ones that did all that vandalism. But certainly things like having insurance and having extra security at these events, that is something that I would be considering from now on. Yeah, Bruce, the Doppler effect has not been fixed. And it's bad. Right, so we're just approaching our siding. I suppose I better throw the point. Oh, balls! Stop! Do-de-do-do. Do-de-do. Right, throw the point and up back to the loco. So then, chaps, what have we done today? We've shunted some steel wagons around the steelworks. What do I think about this route? Well, it's nice that we finally got some, you know, some freight and some shunting, and it certainly shows what Train Sim World is capable of. But the route itself feels quite empty. It feels quite bland and open from what I've driven so far. I mean, who knows? Maybe when I start the next stream in about 20 minutes or so, maybe it'll be a bit better. I certainly hope so. You know, maybe perhaps when we start actually driving around the route. But I think some of the other routes that I've seen for Train Sim World just feel more in depth. I mean, this is a steelworks after all, but it seems devolved of life completely. You know, you would have thought you would see some more people working or machines driving around, just to make it feel a bit more alive. That's what I would like to see. And it just feels like the distance viewing, it still feels like it can't handle the distance, if that makes sense. But on the whole, it is all right. It's a step in the right direction anyway for Train Sim World. So we'll set the reverser to off. We'll set the master key to off. Shut the engine down, and we'll stick. Oh no, we'll stick the handbrake on. And we'll climb off, and we'll go have a pint. And that's it. We're finished. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed that scenario. That is the steelwork shunting scenario. If you feel free, like if you want to watch me, I'll start again. Train Sim, we'll do another scenario in about 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna end the scenario there so that we'll make it a completely new video for YouTube. So if you're not doing anything in half an hour, come and join us. Yeah. So apart from that, I hope you've enjoyed this video. For those of you who are not going to join us again, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Thank you and goodbye for now.